talk to you about claims because you and Barbara Lee are both people who will go in to fight for a client.
Well, let's hope we don't have to fight for a client, because a claim should be just a process that has a natural consequence of what it is that the client has put in place. So, yes, we do get involved. And I'll give you an example. I had fortune and misfortune to have a claim at the end of last year before Christmas. I had a phone call from a client about a month before Christmas, and he told me that he had some unfortunate news, and that was that he'd been diagnosed with cancer. Very early stage, but he had been confirmed as having a cancer. I got the call on a Monday. On a Wednesday was the first opportunity for both of us to be able to get together, so I did. Met them on the Wednesday, took the appropriate forms with me, and went through the process of what the expected process would be for the claims to come to fruition. He had a trauma product, and he had also had a severe trauma, which is an extension of the trauma. Where your condition is more serious or more severe, you get a further claim. And of course he had life insurance on top of that as well. So we knew that from what the client had told me, that we at the very least had a trauma claim, and we went through that process, completed that. Once the medical information came back, it was clear that there was also a severe trauma. So that was automatically included within the claims process. There was a lot of information that was needed from the medical people. Obviously, the insurance companies have a process they need to go through to ensure that the claim is correct and appropriate. So we helped gather that information. We helped facilitate all of that. And there was a wee bit of a hold up in getting the right information and being complete. Ultimately, that was done, and the client was paid both their trauma and their severe trauma, which is a great relief to them. He wasn't able to work. Farmer in North Canterbury, local farmer, second generation farmer. So there was some expenses. Time of year it's very busy for farmers, and they just need to make sure that things are complete so that things have a continuance within the farm. So there was expenses around that. So this money, this capital that was given to them was a great help. On top of that, about 2 days later, we got further information from the life insurance company that said actually the information we've got from the medical experts means that we're now going to be able to pay the life insurance out in full. That's a bittersweet news for our clients, because at the end of the day, it means that their condition is serious. Things are dire. But the sweetness is that the client was able to then be involved in what the purpose of that life insurance was, and that was looking after his family for the future, their financial future. He can now be involved with it. That payment was made just on the week before Christmas. So very bittersweet Christmas present.
Barbara Lee, it's a case really, I guess, when somebody has gone to the doctor and have been told they've got X numbers of months.
Yep, that's
I mean,
right.
their mind can't be working in a logical way.
No, that's right. And so we always encourage our clients, if you have any medical events, to call us straight away. We want to check, what products we've got there for them and how we can step them through the process. I've gone to the hospital before, pick up doctor's notes. You do whatever you can for the client. You can take them to doctor's appointments. You can do all these things and get involved, as much as what we can to make it easier for them.
I mean, it's just, that their world goes totally upside down, and they wouldn't know where to start.
No, and the thing is, we've put these plans in place for these people. We're really familiar with what we have for them, where they're not. So our role then is to make sure that they get what they're fully entitled to. They might have a whole suite of products, and it might trigger claims in different product ranges. And by having us there to facilitate that, at no cost, we don't charge for that type of thing. We just make sure that they get what we said that they would get.
And Hank, it must be, in a very strange way, very rewarding for you, because you told these people what they wanted, what they needed, not what they wanted, what they needed, and they did.
Yeah, absolutely it is. We don't go and see people, and this was the comment that was made by this particular client. Several months ago we did a review on their insurances, and his comment was, I never thought we'd be sitting here today re-looking at that and actually needing to claim that. So I think it's important for people to understand that serious conditions are indiscriminate. Just because you've had a bad lifestyle doesn't mean that you're going to get sick. But conversely, just because you've had a good, healthy lifestyle doesn't mean you're exempt from these types of conditions. We don't know when that's going to happen. This client's 52 years old. He's not old by anybody's
No,
standard.
absolutely not.
He leaves behind a wife and 2 sons. When ultimately that does happen, there's always still hope. The interesting thing is, and the question was asked by the client, what if my cancer is put off, or I've given more time because the treatment works? You don't have to pay it back.
No.
I was going to ask you that because there would be that fear, wouldn't you, that you have to pay it back if you don't let go of the perch over a period of time.
No.
Once they've made that decision, that's it. But you're really blessed if you never have to use this stuff. That's what we hope for our clients.
Correct.
But
Absolutely.
if they do have to use it, then we're going to make sure that they have
It's
what
assurance.
they need.
Guys, we're going to keep up and get you back in again very, very soon.